Okay, well, the other thing that I promised that I would do on this trip is a review or a talk through. This might test the sizeability of inside the Trailstar as Supermed. So, and I'm just gonna be careful of my pointy end because I've got my airbed down here. My airbed, starting to sound a bit common. I've got my airbed down here and Cuban walls, which I don't want to be poking with anything sharp. But I'm comfortable inside, so we'll probably do most of the video in here and then we'll kind of sort of see how it goes. So this is the Pacer pole dual lock pole. With the dual lock, with a standard Pacer pole, of course you have to, you know, tighten it up like that. And with many poles, they don't always necessarily tighten up that perfectly, or they were tightened up well, but then they had the chance that they could, you know, slip. And I think Pacer pole have had these poles now for a few years. I think it's not a new design, I don't think, but I've been thinking about it for a long time, and then I kind of bit the bullet the other day when I was using the Trailstar last time. Even though the poles didn't really slip, or the one slipped a tiny bit, and then that was fine for the rest of the night, and then I had no more problems after that. Not that that was really a problem either, but it just kind of highlighted, it just reminded me about these poles, and that you know, a completely grippy non-slip pole, you know, might very well be worth trying, and they are more secure than one that you have to tighten up by friction. Well, apparently one thing I did learn, I've not tried it yet, but one thing I did learn is that the ones that you have to tie up, if you get a scouring brush or like a stainless steel pad, you can rub the bits inside. I was trying to undo it. You can rub the bits inside on those, not this one of course, but on those, just to make it more abrasive, and that's supposed to you know, make it more grippy. So I wanted to try this pole here. So this one has this locking mechanism here. It's a pole. What can we say about a pole? No comment, no comments. So you put your pole inside the hole, as the actress said to the bishop. Or was it the bishop said to the actress? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, once you put your pole there, you know, that bit into that bit there, ooh, you then just clip that down there, snap it into position, and that's it, it's locked. You can adjust this by turning it one way or the other, you know, 100 or 360 degrees if necessary. And it shouldn't really be necessary, but you can tighten it if necessary. The bottom section has this little locking nut thing here, so I hope you can see that. And then to close it, you just push the button in, maybe just pull the pole out, you know, 1/2 millimeter, push the pin in, and then that drops that piece in there. This section here will not come out. This is attached. Now, when I first bought them, I didn't read the instructions, so I actually went looking on YouTube for a video on these poles, and I only found one. Well, not many anyway. But what I tried to do the first time, because I didn't realise what you were supposed to do, I was trying to tighten it up like that, and because I tried tightening it up like a conventional pole, I could not get that little pin out, because there's a cord or a string or something that runs inside, And I'm guessing because I've been twisting it, I've been shortening that cord and I couldn't do it. Luckily I figured that out. My brain actually worked enough. So I turned it the other way, and eventually I was able to put it out far enough, pull it out far enough for that little pin to pop out. So that's how the bottom section works. Mostly you don't screw it or unscrew it because it won't screw, it's non-screwable. It's non-screwable. Oh god, this one gets worse and worse. So, and then you just put it out and then it clicks into position there. And then obviously at the bottom, let's see, go back. And then at the bottom you've got the small basket, and then obviously the pole bit at the end. And then of course the top handle of a pacer pole is completely different to other poles. You have this grippy handle here, and you have two pacer poles, obviously, and they are shaped for your hand to go around with your thumbs, and your thumb and your thumb rests on that part there. And obviously you don't walk sitting down. But that's how you use the pole, like that. So maybe we'll pop outside and try and do a little bit of video outside on them. But that's a basic, you know, rundown on the new dual lock pacer pole. I hope this video has been reasonably informative on the pacer pole. So as I showed you inside the tent yesterday, or inside the Superbridge yesterday, you hold your pacer poles like this, and you want the length to be so that your elbow is at about 45 degrees. Mine is maybe a little bit lower than 45, but this is comfortable for me. You can make them a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, but for me this is about right here. This is about 45 degrees and it's comfortable.